Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube. Hey guys, it's Anya. So I'm really excited for today's video. We are doing a collaboration with my amazing friend Kailee Wesley. Kailee recently did a video where she duped both the Melt Cosmetics Muerte and the Melt Cosmetics Vida palettes. So I will link that video up here. You could definitely go check it out. She shows the shades that she chose for each palette, and then she did swatches. So once she did that, I was like, we need to do a collab where you do a look with your dupe palette and I do a look with the real palette. So I was sent these palettes from Melt Cosmetics. I've done a look combining the two palettes, and then Kailee and our friend Clara Barrera and I all did a collab with the Muerte palette already. So I will link all those videos either down below or in the cards. But today we are focusing on the Vida palette. So if you have not seen it, this is what the inside looks like. Absolutely gorgeous, very, very pretty. It reminds me, well, last time I did a look, I said that it reminded me of the Kaleidos Neon palette. Not so much anymore. Now that I've used the Kaleidos Neon palette, I definitely do think that there's a difference, but I really think this is very pretty and unique, and I want to use it today. So Kailee will be doing a look with her dupe shades that she chose. So please go check out her channel, subscribe, let her know that I sent you, and show her some love. She does amazing things on her channel. She does tag videos, she does project panning, she does collaborations, she does one pan per palette, or yeah, one pan per palette, I think is what it's called. And so, no, one look per pan, that's what it's called. And basically she takes a palette. So like if this palette was one of her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So if she was to do, she would do 10 looks with this palette because it has 10 pans. So she does one look for every eyeshadow that is in the pan, in the palette. So she does a lot of amazing things on her channel, and I love her so, so much. I love watching her, and she just has such an amazing personality. She has two big dogs, Momo and Cece, and I love them too. So you guys would love her channel. If you're not already subscribed, please go check her out. Her information will be linked in the cards and down in the description box, so definitely go check her out. Show her some love, let her know I sent you, and let's get on with the look. So I cannot wait to see what look she creates with her dupe palette. I want to do a look today, I think, using as many shades as I can. But what I want to do is I want to do the like oranges and the browns on the lid, and then I think I'm going to do the greens on the lower lash line, because I haven't seen a lot of people do looks with the oranges and the browns together. And one of the browns kind of leaned more green, so I probably won't use that one, but I'll use the rest of them. So I'm going to prime my lids. This is the Juvia's Place concealer, and I like using it as eyeshadow base. I also like using it as concealer, but lately I've been using it on and off in combination, well, not in combination, trading off with the Anastasia eyeshadow primer. So what have you guys been up to? I haven't filmed in a while because I have so many videos pre-filmed, but so I've just been like posting the videos each day and stuff like that. Okay, so I think I want to go into the shade Soul first, which is this one, and then we'll probably go into the next one, which is called Pan Dulce. I'm taking this Luxie, just came in my BoxyCharm a while ago. It actually came in the first BoxyCharm that I ever got. I'm not sure I love this particular one. I love all the other brushes that came in that set, but this one is a little bit weird because it's an angled brush, and I never really know what to use it for, so I don't know. But that is a really pretty like tangerine shade. And I haven't used, have I used the oranges? I feel like I haven't really used, I want to say I used one of the oranges and maybe the red in my combination video where I combined this palette with the Muerte palette. my first impressions video. Oh my gosh, Sophie is so upset. See that? That's all that's left of the makeup that I need to still do stuff with. I feel like each video there's been like less and less stuff on the bed behind me. Okay, I'm gonna take this Juvia's Place brush because that brush, it's okay, but it's like, it's angled and at a weird angle, and it's not very big, so it's like taking forever to do anything. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that shade, but mixed with the one next to it, which is a little bit darker. And I'm just going to pack that into the crease. I love Juvia's Place brushes. Let me know down below if you guys have tried them. I think they're amazing. I'm not as crazy about their face brushes. I have some of their face brushes, and it's not that I don't like them, but they're not my favorite. But I love their eye brushes so much. Okay, very kick-uppy palette. So I'm going to go into the shade Mexicana next, which is this red shade. Oh my gosh, this morning I woke up and I had hair color, like my face was completely pink and red, and my hubby was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Why? What's going on?" And he said, "Well, because you're really red in the face." And then I turned the other way, and he was like, "Oh, but just on one side. Are you having an allergic reaction?" So I took a makeup wipe and it came right off. And I was like, no, apparently when I was sleeping, I must have like had hair stuck to my face, or like put my hand over my face, and then it just, you know, stained my face, or not stained it because it came right off, but like it got pink hair or color or red hair color all over my face. I was glad it came off, because I was like, oh no, I have to film today. What's gonna happen? What is gonna happen? I mean, I guess I could have covered it with foundation if it was stained, but I'm glad it wasn't stained. So this shade is so beautiful. And unfortunately, we're going to cover some of it up. So I'm going to go into the shade Chocolat, or chocolate. I don't know, it's just spelled like chocolate, but I'm going to go into that shade, which is a very deep brown. And I'm going to use that to deepen things up. I think this palette is pretty good about building up shades, because sometimes when you build up a lot of mattes on top of each other, it's hard to get color payoff from all the different shades. But this one is pretty good about not doing that. That's a really pretty brown. I like it. And then on the lid, we're gonna put Allegria, because I have to. That's a beautiful orange. I believe that, I want to say on the box or on the website, it said that that was like the one shade that's not deemed as eye safe in the US because it may cause staining. So, but I'm gonna put it on my eyes because I don't, in all other countries it's safe, and I personally haven't had an issue. So, and I really want to put that on my face, and I think I'm actually gonna try it with my finger. So that's this shade right here, and it is really good night. Oh, I have a dog hair stuck on my finger that I just showed you. Okay, let me pop that on the lid. Oh man, that's so beautiful. It's such a fiery orange, but it almost has like the slightest bit of pink to it. It's weird, but it's beautiful. I'm going to just pack it on with my finger, and then I'm going to put a little bit on a brush and use it and do that with the rest, like just so that I can get a more precise application. This is a very soft shade. That's the problem for me with Melt Cosmetics. I love their stuff, their palettes, their eyeshadows. I think they're all very unique, but I would never feel comfortable traveling with one of their palettes. And it's not like I travel an awful lot, but it would just be nice if I could feel confident in, you know, bringing their palettes with me when I go somewhere, because they're beautiful and I want to use them, but I just would never feel comfortable. Maybe if I was traveling by car and I was just going to, I'm just taking a little bit more of Mexicana, the red. If I was traveling by car, I would definitely feel comfortable, but not if I was going to pack it and trust someone else to handle it. Okay, so I'm going to go do my base off camera really quick, and then we're going to do the lower lash line, and we're going to work with the greens. I'm really excited. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the Vida palette, and I used the shade Mildew from Urban Decay, the liquid liner, pencil liner, and now I'm going to go into these shades here. So I think the first shade I'm going to go into is going to be called Agua Ardiente, and that is the one that I was talking about. That's kind of like a green, but it's more like a brownish green, or it's a brown, but it's more like a greenish brown. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So it's a brown, but it leans towards the olive green side. So I'm going to put that all over. And then we're going to go in with, that's pretty. This is definitely a more neutral look with this palette, and not necessarily the original shades that I would be drawn to when looking at it. Well, some of them, like the orange, definitely. And now I'm going to go into Papel Picado, which is the lime green. And I'm just going to put that on top, but kind of blend it out on the bottom. And the one thing I will say about these palettes is that I don't feel like either one of the palettes is like necessarily, I think it's more like a companion palette, because like this palette does not have, well, although I feel like most palettes these days kind of are companion palettes, because I feel like this palette is not one. I'm going into Serape, which is the shimmery one. I feel like this does not have an inner corner highlight. It does not have, you know, brow bone highlight or anything like that. So I would definitely probably dip into either some different shades from another palette, or I would use just my regular highlighter, which is what I'm going to do today. But I do wish that, because out of both palettes, there's only one highlighter shade, like light shade, inner corner highlight shade, and that is the shade Calacas in the Muerte palette, and it's like a yellowy gold, but that's the only one out of both palettes that you could use for that. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm just going to put on some mascara. I am recording, right? Yes. Okay, good. There's always that fear, because there was one time that I wasn't, and it was an important time, and after that I was like, oh no. So this is the one of the, I'm not crazy about this one. This is the Essence Lash Princess mascara, but it's the sculpted volume in the purple one. It's not as good as the green one. But then I'm also going to go in with the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift, which I do like this one, and I like this one the longer it sits. I mean, I've only had it for a couple days, but it's already like better. I feel like sometimes when I first open a mascara, I feel like I don't like the way it performs. And then all of a sudden, like a couple days later after it's been opened, I'll find myself liking it. I don't know what I just dropped. Okay, so I'm going to try this gloss. I'm going to do this gloss. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible 8 Hour Pro Gloss in the shade Blazon? Raisin. That can't be raisin. That's gotta be blazon. I don't know this one. It kind of reminds me of the Shane color from the Jeffree Star Shane collection. However, when you put it on, it looks nothing like that. It just goes on pretty much sheer. But I want that for this look, I think. So let's put on some highlighter. I'm going to go into, not Space Baby, Retrograde from Ofra, which is this one. And I'm going to use this Juvia's Place highlighter brush. And I'll use this for my inner corner too. It actually kind of almost reminds me of the shade Calaca's because it's kind of like a whitish gold. The one Calaca's, the shade from the Muerte palette, is a little bit more yellow toned. So this one is a little bit more neutrally. Just put some on each part of the brush. I cannot wait, like I said, to see what Kailee does because there's so many options that you could do with this color story. You could go more for the green colors and do something totally different, and it'll look like a completely, almost like you used a completely different palette. So this is my finished look with the Vida palette. I'm glad that I have these palettes in my collection. I do think that they have pretty unique color stories, but obviously we're here because somebody else was able to dupe them, and I do think that they are pretty much dupeable. So I think I have these shades in other palettes, and there's not like one shade where I'm like, wow, I don't have anything like that in my collection, but I also have a larger collection. But I think Melt did an amazing job with this collection. I think it was probably the best, most well thought out collection of 2019. So I am glad that I have it, and I'm very proud of Kailee for figuring out how to dupe this because I think she did a really good job with it. So please go check out her video. Kailee, thank you so much for doing another collaboration with me. I love you so much, and I love you guys. Go check out Kailee, subscribe, let her know I sent you, show her some love, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.